Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again. Welcome back to Movies That You've Never Heard of Month. And I'm back this time. It's a feature film, not a short film, from 2005, an action film directed by Tony Giglio. And that is Chaos. Yeah, this is one of the obscure Jason Statham movies he did after the first two Transporter films. It also has Wesley Snipes and Ryan Felipe, who I'm not a fan of, but I'll get to that. Now, I saw this movie on cable a couple years ago, and I liked the film. I think it's very underrated. It was overlooked. That's why it's not as popular as Statham's other ventures. And it's done by a competent director that, he's had a hit and miss career, but this is one movie like, how all the movies are getting delayed now? This film wasn't even in theaters in the US. It says it here. It was released in the United Arab Emirates, which is a Middle Eastern country, and none of these actors are Middle Eastern. So, yeah. And it did not receive a North American release until 3 years later, but direct to video. This is not a direct to video film. The production value is high. It's a feature film. It's feature length, an hour and 46 minutes. It's not 2.5 hours. It's fast paced. It's well acted. Well, mostly, and it's got a really good premise. Here's a premise. I know you've heard it before. After a deadly bank heist, you've heard that before. Detective Quentin Connors, Jason Statham, and Shane Decker, Ryan Felipe, are drawn into a mysterious case where nothing is what it seems. Pulling the strings to a criminal mastermind, Wesley Snipes, he plays the villain here, who seems to kill without warning or reason, again, like a Terminator. Amid random acts of violence and deception, the only hope for survival is finding an order to the chaos. Yeah, exactly. And this word pretty much describes 2020 in a heartbeat after all that's happened. But I'm not talking about the coronavirus on my channel. This is not about that. I'm here to entertain, not to depress you guys. And there's other people in this movie. You got Henry Czerny. He's a Canadian actor, I believe. And you have this gorgeous woman that hasn't acted in a movie since. It's sad because I find her way more attractive than anybody in the recent Star Wars movies or the recent Star Trek movies, some of them, or the Fast and the Furious films. I never liked any of them except for like Gal Gadot. That's Justine Waddle. She's a South African actress. Look, that's her. Look at that face. She could give Lena Headey a run for her money. She's a gorgeous woman from. It says, yeah, South African born British film actress, but she was born there in South Africa, just like Charlize Theron. And she does a decent American accent. Excuse me, I haven't slept in days. But yeah, she's good in the film. Her acting is fine, and she has a very subtle voice. It's not killing me on the inside like some people. And the film, like I said, is one of the problems is Ryan Felipe. I don't buy him as a cop. I never liked this actor. In Cruel Intentions, he was the worst actor in that movie. He's very boring and dull, and he delivers his lines like he's a zombie. And I don't know why Tony Giglio cast him. I think he's just very boring. Other actors in the movie are like even Matasia Malthi. She's from she's a Norwegian actress. She was in Electra. Yeah, the movie sucks, but she's a much better actress than Ryan Felipe. Felipe is just boring. If you've seen his other films, you'll see what I mean. And like I said, the film's not that long. I also don't buy him beating up Wesley Snipes. Yeah, I'm so not buying that. Some white guy beating up a black guy that knows martial arts. Yeah, that's like if Kevin Hart could beat up, I don't know, like I don't know, Bruce Lee. If Bruce Lee was still alive, it'd be stupid. But yeah, the critics were not kind on the movie. I don't know what they were expecting. It's called Chaos. It's not going to be some deep movie like The Departed or like Usual Suspects or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood for a recent movie. This is what they said. Chaos has a nice twist towards the end, but it's otherwise riddled with bad action movie cliches. Really, explosions, gun shooting, and martial arts is cliches. Yeah, but it's when it's well done, you get this. You don't get the Taken sequels, which are god awful and horribly edited. Chaos isn't a great movie, but it's entertaining and managed to keep you off kilter for much of its running time. Yeah, I got that because I was never bored. The only thing that sucked mostly was Ryan Felipe's performance. But I think Tony Giglio should do another film. He's much better than a lot of these. hack directors that get billions of dollars in film lost because they don't know what they're doing. He also did, yeah, his most recent film sucked, but I blame the writing. Doom Annihilation. I refuse to watch that. He also did Timber Falls, Extraction, SWAT, Under Siege, and he wrote some of the Death Race sequels. So he's hit and miss, but I would give him another chance over freaking, Doom Annihilation is probably terrible, but it probably has better editing than the Taken sequels. I'd take one of his movies any day over Olivia Megaton. That guy can't direct. He shoots an action scene like this. That's his action scene. You can't see a thing. It's all edited to crap and it's shaky cam and you can't see anything. Every 2 seconds he does a cut. That's not good action. This has some decent action. This is well paced. This isn't freaking boring. And it doesn't have you have to suspend your disbelief, but I can only suspend my disbelief so much in a movie when it like logic is thrown out the window. But if you've never seen this movie, that's what I'm talking about. See it. Statham's worth it with his accent like this, and Wesley Snipes is worth it as the villain. Felipe, you can skip. Any scene with him, you can fast forward because he's just boring. And Justine Waddle is gorgeous. I know. Oh, this guy that hates every Brit in the world likes a woman that hasn't acted in years. Well, she's not boring to watch, and she wasn't in Game of Thrones, and she doesn't flaunt her body like Margot Robbie, and she's not in everything. I mean, if you see Dracula 2000, you'll see why I'm such a huge fan of hers. She just has one of these faces that I'm drawn to. Yeah, sue me. My American ass loves likes a woman from the UK that doesn't act as much. I'll take a woman that's been in a sufficient amount of films over one that's been in too many. You know exactly who I mean. The handful of them that I can't stand. But yeah, Chaos overall is a decent film. It's worth your time. It's got a lot of action. It's got a fast pace. It's got good actors in it, and like I said, the premise is pretty good. And you've seen it before, yes, but it's done well. And it's R, not PG-13, so that helps a lot. And it should have been in theaters. It should not have been direct to video or on TV. It should have been in theaters because this is a better movie than half of the action films that came out in the last decade that were watered down PG-13 remakes or bad editing and CGI fest like Suicide Squad. No, it actually has a good budget and it goes for it. So that's all I can say. That's all I can say about Chaos. Not Chaos Walking. That I'm avoiding like the plague. Chaos from 2005. In case you millennials don't know what year it came out. Thanks for watching. Take care. And I will see you in the next video. Later.